Welcome to the Get Sacred podcast. I'm your host, intuitive life coach Melissa Elysian, and I'm here to teach you how to create more money, more love, and more sacred success. If your inner goddess is ready to create a lusciously abundant and pleasure-filled life, you're in the right place. Hey, it's Melissa speaking. I just wanted to give you an intro to what you're about to listen to in this 5th episode of the Get Sacred podcast. So what I have for you is the 3rd day of a 3-day training I did last week called Make Room for More. So Make Room for More is all about making room for more of what you want in your life. So day 1 was about making room for more money, and day 2 was about making room for more love, and day 3, which is what I'm going to share with you today, is called making room for more sacred success. And I just really felt a need to share it with you because I got so much good feedback, and I listened to this 3rd day just last night, and I thought to myself, this is such a powerful starting point for creating a juicy and luscious life. It is really the foundation of how to get started in creating something that's uniquely designed for you, a life that's uniquely designed for you. So I'm making this 3rd day available on the podcast. Day 1 and day 2 and day 3 are going to be part of the course. So if you join the Sacred Circle, you'll get access to all 3 of the trainings, 3 days of the trainings. As soon as you join, you can get into the Facebook group, and they're hanging out there waiting for you to listen. Of course, I'd love to have you. But before you do that, I am happy to have you here right now, and I hope you enjoy this day 3 training. And I love you very, very, very much. Hello, love. So it's the 3rd day of this training for making room for more. On Monday, before I get started, let's take a breath and just remember who we are, right? Take a deep breath in and just remember that you are a queen, that you are a high priestess, that you are the empress of your life, that you are divinely guided, and that you are always supported. And now we can dive in, now that we know who the fuck we are. So it's the 3rd day of the Make Room for More training that I'm doing this week. On Monday, we talked about making room for more money. And what I was teaching was about energetically and physically clearing space in your finances so that more could come in. And then on Wednesday, I taught about making room for more love and, talked about the idea of how many sources of love there are and how sometimes we neglect it, and how letting it all in actually helps us to vibrate and radiate that energy and just brings more of it. And we just talked about a lot of different ways to make more room for that. And today we're going to be talking about making more room for sacred success. Now that's like my jam. That's how I define success in my own life. Actually, last week on the podcast, I defined sacred success. And then this week on the Get Sacred podcast, I talked about what it means to get sacred. So if you're watching this, you should definitely check it on those 2 episodes of the podcast to just dive in deeper on this idea of creating sacred success in your life. That being said, the Sacred Success course is open right now, and the 6-week course starts in January, but all the bonuses are available now. They're starting to be available, and I'm adding to them actually right now, and this will be in the training. So if you are here today, great, and if you sign up for the program, you'll also get this class as a bonus training, so you'll be able to watch it again. You'll be able to do the assignments that I've added to it and get some of the affirmations that I've added to it. And so that part I'm super, super excited about because, one, I love that I get to give you all these goodie bonuses that I've been making throughout the year and planning to give you throughout the month of November and December. But also because the course is so fucking amazing. It's so incredible. It's so incredible. I mean, we're going to talk about manifestation, of course, money and love and sacred success, but we're going to talk about what it means to get sacred, right? What it is to step into your divinity and to use that as your path to create, to living in your purpose, to living in your pleasure, to living in abundance, to creating a life that feels good to you, creating a life that feels sacred to you, that feels aligned to you, that isn't defined by anybody else's terms of what success is. And it's just so good. And in part of the 6-week training is the 6-week program is one of the modules I teach how to completely match and align with the woman that you're becoming, like right now, right? To close the gap between where you are right now and where you want to be, like in a moment. And the practice is just like, it changes your mind, it changes your subconscious mind. I mean, it just changes your complete energy and moves you forward in no time. It's really beautiful. I've used what I'm teaching, of course, in my own life, and I've seen radical shifts. I mean, early in the summer, I remember when I was first teaching this new ritual that I was doing, I had doubled my income within a span of a month. And it was from a ritual that includes the teaching that I'm talking about how you just bridge this gap. It's really incredible. This program's wonderful. I'm always super excited. I keep hearing the things. Hey, Jess, I keep hearing the things that the women in the previous Sacred Success programs circles have said. And it's amazing. I mean, new jobs and more money and just like more confidence and love. Yes, falling in love. It's so exciting. And so it would be my pleasure to have you. It would be so incredible. And it's just like, oh, it's such a gift for me that I get to participate in anyone's life this way. It's amazing. I think sacred success is the way to go. Stay aligned and true to who you are. Know your divinity, live in that and show up in that every single day and create a life that feels so good and juicy and pleasurable and sexy and abundant and successful. Okay, so if you want in on that, it's open right now. You'll get this training with it and other bonuses. And also, if you sign up before tomorrow, it's been this way all week, then you get a 30-minute session with me dedicated to whatever you want to make room for more. So we'll just dive into whatever area you're wanting to create more in, and we'll look in your life and how you can make room for it in that 30-minute session. It'll be great. Hey, Miranda. Okay, so today in our session about making room for more sacred success, the first thing that I want to share in regards to making room for more sacred success in your life is you really have to let go of other people's versions of success. And for most of us, that the idea of what success looks like is not something we came up with for ourselves. Hey, love. It's something that we kind of got from our culture, but also from our circle, right? From our parents, from the people that we grew up with, from our neighborhoods, from our community. And success usually, in general, for most people, looks like a little bit above what everybody else is doing, right? It's not really defined by what they really want for themselves. And what that ends up looking like, because I know it well, is you end up creating a life that doesn't really feel that good because you've been taught to believe that it was going to work, right? You got the job that you thought was really like going to be great and make you feel happy, and it had the right name and you had the right title, but it ended up not aligning with you at all. Or you're in a relationship that looks really good on the outside and people think you're crazy to be doing anything else, but you know that something else is calling you, right? You want something different for yourself. You want a different life, maybe. Letting go of what other people's expectations of success is essential. Like, you'll never get to success if you're only doing it based on what you've been told what success should look like. And so if you're going to make room for success in your life, you have to start taking a look. What parts of what I'm striving for are really designed by the things that I want, by the things that give me pleasure and joy, the things that light me up, that are aligned with who I am, versus these are the things that I think that people expect of me. These are the things that people look to decide whether I'm good enough or I'm successful enough. Because the worst thing, for me anyway, the worst thing is to get all of those things and then be completely unhappy and not recognizing a life that you create. I think it happens pretty often to people, and I don't think we have to live that way. I think we need to be really aware and conscious of how we define success, and we have to start shedding the skin of like versions of success that someone else gave for us. And I mean, it's not like a bad thing. It's not a terrible thing that your parents or your surroundings gave you an idea of what success is, but you have to like grow up and recognize how much of it is really mine, how much of it do I actually align with completely, and then how much of it does not serve me anymore. So if you want to make room for more success in sacred success in your life, you've got to be able to just to take a look and distinguish what is real and true to you, what's really aligned with you, and what did somebody give you. Just like do a little journaling exercise, do a little prompt, do like even I think just assessing like what did my parents want for me, and if you write those things down, you might notice things that you always wanted for yourself and you still want for yourself and you got for yourself, and you might notice some things that you created in your life because there was an expectation for you to, but you didn't actually really want. So it's worthwhile to do that. And it doesn't have to be your parents. It could be your social group. It could be your whatever. It could be your circle. Just take a look at that stuff, and getting rid of the stuff that doesn't belong to you will keep you from creating a life that doesn't even serve you. So that's my first advice for making room for more sacred success. My second one is throwing out the idea that you should be in a different circumstance than you are right now. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it's perfectly fine to say that you want better for yourself or you want more for yourself, obviously. Obviously, because I'm all about that life of expanding into more of who you are and creating the life that you want and creating and bringing in the things that you want in your life. But in any given moment, making a choice that you should be doing something else is just kind of creating this idea of shame, like that you're in the wrong place. I promise you, regardless of where you're going in your future, what God placed on your heart to create in your life, wherever you are right now is exactly the right place that you need to be. This is your starting point. And any thoughts that any time and energy you spend in, I should have done this, or I should have done that, or I should be in this circumstance, actually creates feelings of shame. It creates this idea that you did something wrong. And get me wrong, we do make mistakes, but kind of focusing on that energy doesn't actually serve you at all. So being in a place where you feel like you should have done something differently or you should be in a different circumstance actually keeps you from moving forward. It actually keeps you in the mindset of the past. It keeps you in a place where you think that you're wrong or you've made a mistake, and that's the energy that you're using to move forward, and you won't, right? If you are more grounded in where you are right now, and have some focus onto what you're trying to create, as opposed to believing that you're in the wrong place or you did the wrong thing, you'll get there so much faster, because that kind of thinking is just stuck. It'll keep you from getting anywhere. So ideally, you want to let go of those. You want to let go of anything that tells you like you're not doing the right thing, or you're in the wrong place, or you've did something wrong. What you should be thinking is, I can get to wherever I'm going from here. I'm in the right place. I've learned all the lessons I need to learn to be in this place right now, so that I can move to where I'm going. That is more useful. It'll get you farther a lot faster than triggering shame or this idea of being wrong, when life is filled with these lessons that we have to have. Only in hindsight can we actually think to ourselves, oh my goodness, when this happened, it taught me so much about that and this. And so even the notion that you should have anything is the idea of a life that you shouldn't have had. And that doesn't get you anywhere. Thoughts like that don't actually really get you anywhere. Focus on where you are now. Focus on where you're going in the future. Let go of this idea that you're in the wrong place. You are in the perfect place to get to wherever you're going, to create whatever you're creating, to be whoever you're becoming. Anyway, she lives inside of you right now. So the idea that she's wrong is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Okay. And another thing that I want you to consider in making more room for sacred success is that the sooner that you can the sooner you can define what success looks like for you, and you can start noticing in your life, the faster you carry that energy and radiate it and create more of it. So, what I mean by that long sentence is, if you are waiting for success to come, if you're waiting for a specific thing for you to feel like you're successful, but you haven't defined success for yourself really, what could happen is you get there and then it just keeps moving. And what's unfortunate about that is that you can reach all of your goals, you can get the things that you want, you can create the life that you want, and never give yourself the opportunity to actually bask and rejoice and have pleasure for that, when you have decided that your success comes only when you've whatevered. And so, to avoid doing that, you really have to start claiming your success right now. You need to start acknowledging the areas of your life where you feel empowered and successful already, right? And think about it. In your life right now, even if there are lots of things that you need to change, or not need to change, you want to change, or you plan to change, or know are going to change, there are parts of the life that you're living right now that you've intentionally created that are working beautifully, that are working wonderfully, that are exactly the way that you want them. And you need to start acknowledging your success, your success in doing that right now. Carrying that energy with you, claiming that, knowing that you've been able to do that, and acknowledging that, right? Acknowledging the things that you've already accomplished, and letting yourself actually have the energy and the gratitude and the appreciation that comes with knowing that you've created that sense of sacred success for yourself will only multiply what you do in your life with that same energy. And it keeps you from chasing after something that you'll never attain. Like, what is the point of creating, goals that you're reaching for if you never give yourself the chance to actually bask in the joy and have the feeling of the success that you've created at every step of the way? Because the truth is that by the time you get to anything you've created, I know this is true for me. By the time that I get to any goal that I have, I already have my next goal. So, God forbid I wait until I get to that goal to feel successful, to feel the feelings of accomplishment, because I'll have a new goal. And if I wait till then and I have a new goal, then I don't get the chance to actually bask in what I've done and have this beautiful energy of knowing I am a queen. I am an empress. I am a divine being that has this ability to create these things. And I've done it in my life. I've created the things that I've wanted in my life. And so it's really important to find the areas of your life right now that you're successful. Make room for more success by actually acknowledging the ways that you're successful now and claim it. Allow yourself to feel into that energy. Allow that positive, beautiful vibration to be and radiate inside of you, and you will find yourself creating more and more of that every single day. And you will keep yourself from being one of these people who's never satisfied by what they do, who's constantly achieving and not actually having happiness or joy or pleasure or peace or all of the things that I want for you. It's really, really, really critical. So take a look at your life. What are the things that are going on in your life that you absolutely think are just wonderful, that are just great, that you know that you intentionally created, or that have just come into your life by accident that you're so happy to have because you've allowed yourself to receive it? Let yourself have the feeling of the success that you've already created now. It is a powerful force and mechanism for calling in more sacred success into your life. It is so, so wonderful. Hey, it's so, so wonderful. You have to give yourself permission to feel and experience the success that you've already created in your life right now. And that energy will create more success for you in the future. What else do I want to tell you about making room for more sacred success? Oh, how could I forget? Let's talk about pleasure. One of the easiest ways, I think, to create and make room for more success in your life is to allow yourself to experience deep pleasure. Pleasure came up on Wednesday when we talked about love, because pleasure creates, hey, Lucas, pleasure creates this beautiful, loving, radiating energy, right? You're vibrating at your most authentic self when you're in your pleasure, when you're doing things that you love. And of course, it's attractive. But and so in love, it's just miraculous force. But when we're talking about sacred success, when you allow yourself to actually chase after your pleasures, to do the things that light you up, to actually experience joy and fun on a regular basis, what you do is you actually show yourself what the life that you want looks like. You start feeling into the experience of a life that you really want. And so if you ever find yourself, not when you find yourself, if you ever find yourself, or when you get stuck, not sure what you're wanting, it's so easy to use pleasure as the way to find out what you're actually called to be creating, right? Doing the things that light you up and like have you vibrating as yourself, as your truest self, right? The things that you love, not the things that other people want, the things that give you pleasure and joy is the truest north. I love to say that it feels so real to me. Our divine desires are a pathway to our purpose. They really are. The things that you crave, the things that you want to do, the things that you want to create are really the things that you're meant to do. And doing them creates this wonderful feeling of a full and a joyful life, but also like that is a success, right? That is such a success to have a life where you're actually having deep joy and pleasure and just luscious, sexy life that feels really good, where you feel alive. I don't know how better to describe having success than that. Having a life that makes you feel alive and joyous and happy and blissful is key. All right. So I think those four are like the best things that you can do to create more room for sacred success in your life. The first one being letting go of other people's version of success and really defining it for yourself. The second one being that you not hold, that you let go of any ideas where you think that you're in the wrong place or that you did something wrong. You are in the exact right place for you to create the life that you want. You can get there from wherever you are. And the third one being that you shouldn't wait to put on the feelings and enjoyment of sacred success. You should start celebrating the success you have now and carrying that energy with you and using it to create even more success. And then lastly, you should use pleasure as your guide to defining what success looks like for you. All of these things I talk about in the course. I'm so excited to do it. I haven't opened up the course since September, so I'm really excited. Hey, I'm really excited to do it again in January, and we're going to be talking all about sacred success. Obviously, it's the Sacred Success course, but we're going to be talking all about using pleasure as a path to sacred success. We're going to be talking all about how to have that success energy now and use it to create more success in your life. We're going to talk about defining sacred success for yourself. And then you're going to get all these fabulous bonuses that I've already hooked up in this private Facebook group. They're going to be trickling in over the weeks, and I'm going to be adding them all throughout the rest of November and December. So if you want in, thank you. That's so sweet. So if you want in on the course and the bonuses, and also this special bonus that I'm giving until tomorrow, which is you get a 30-minute session with me. You gotta sign up for the course either tonight or Saturday. What is tomorrow? The 23rd at like 9 p.m. will be the deadline for you to be able to get a coaching session with me also. I am so excited because every time I open the course, it's divinely guided, right? Everyone who's there is supposed to be there. It's always wonderful. We have so much fun. It's high priestesses vibing with each other. It's us allowing ourselves to be open and vulnerable. And what I've created is the Facebook group so that everyone can do that, so that people can vibe off of each other, so people can keep it real, and so that I can answer questions and cheer you on while you do the course. And so that we have a space so that we can meet up and talk about things. I probably will go live a couple of times during the 6 weeks that we're doing the course in January. But all of the bonuses are going to be, there's some bonuses available now, and there are going to be more coming up. So the sooner you sign up for the course, the sooner you get the bonuses, which is ideal, because the bonuses that I'm working on right now and the things that I've been adding are all about making room for more and letting shit go and clearing up space so that you can create the sacred success that you want. So this is a good time to sign up, right? So that I can help you and guide you in using the rest of this year to really create the space and the time and the mindset in your life so that you can put into practice the things that you're going to be learning in the program. I just freaking love it. It's so much fun. It's such good stuff, and it's really powerful. All of the things I teach have helped me to create a life that feels really good to me, a love that feels really good to me. I get to live in my purpose. I get to live in my passions. I don't know what's better than that. I have a really juicy, love-filled life, and it's not perfect, but it's pleasurable, and it's mine, and I can tell that I designed it. My handprint is all over it, right? And it feels so good to be the high priestess of my life, to know that I'm looking around my space because I'm like, even 2 years ago, the circumstances that I'm in right now weren't here, and I can see my hand on all of it, right? I can see my hand, I can see God's hand in all of it. And I really want you to have a life that feels that way. I want you to have a life that you can look at and you can tell like you have designed it and it fits you well. And because you're so worthy of that. And that's all that I want for you. In any case, so the link is in my bio, but you can go to my website, melissaelysian.com/SSC for Sacred Success Circle. And I can't wait to meet you there. All right. I love you guys so much. Take another breath and remember who you are, because I know you're going to go back out into the world. You are a queen. You are a high priestess of your life. You get to make it look like the way you want it to, and you get to make it feel the way that you want to. And you're so worthy. I love you. Bye.